grab the ball, it's KO time in the 2014, the 10th edition of the Suzuki Cup. 4 countries remaining, 4 matches more before they bring football utopia to their nations. No amount of street light-ups can replicate or equal the joy, the unbridled triumph that a football trophy can bring to you in this region. And that, of course, is that Suzuki Cup that they're after. This is the first leg semi-final between the 2010 winners Malaysia and the 2008 winners Vietnam, a repeat of the 2010 semi-finals between these two sides. It's time for the action to take place at the Shah Alam Stadium, which is filled to its capacity. What a crowd, what an atmosphere. The last time Malaysia featured in a Suzuki Cup match here at this stadium was in 2007, January 2007, in a 1-1 first leg semi-final draw against Singapore. Now here they are against the same side. They beat by 2-0 in Kuala Lumpur in 2010. That was at the Bukit Jalil Stadium when Safi Saleh, the number 10 that you see on the left of your screen, scored 2 wondrous goals to defeat Vietnam and knock them out of the tournament. It's a case of deja vu all over again for the Malaysians, because in 2010 they went into the final match having to win it to qualify and meet the winners of the next group. And here they are, they won the final match against Singapore to get to the stage, and they're meeting the winners of Group A. The men in yellow tonight are all from China. Ma Ning is the man in the middle, and he'll be assisted down the lines by Mu Yisin and Tao Yi. They're all from the People's Republic of China, with a 4th official, Fu Bing, also from that country. The blue and whites, the black and yellow as they're known, against the red and yellows of Vietnam, and we have 3 changes for the Malaysian squad for this match. Suspended is Amri Yahya and Shuko Adnan, so Kunalan comes in for Amri, and Fadli Shah takes his place in the middle of defense with Muslim Ahmad Returning, of course, to that centre-back pairing of 2010, Hafiz Kamal also takes the place in midfield of Steven Robert. Vietnam make 3 changes themselves. Vu Minh Tuan is suspended, so Vo Huy Tuan comes in to take his place. And there's also a starting berth for Nguyen Van Bien at left full-back, ahead of Nguyen Shan Than. And Nguyen Tan Bin, the goalkeeper, is out, with Tran Nguyen Man coming down. The two coaches are both 51 years old, both appointed 1 month apart from each other. Dola Saleh has led the Malaysians through. He's the 3rd ex-international to coach the Malaysian squad in a Suzuki Cup. Good note and a good omen for him is that the last 2, S. Rajagopal and Wan Jalagwan Harris, has brought Malaysia all the way to the final, so signs look good for him. The Vietnamese bench, well, this is actually the Vietnamese starting 11, as I said earlier on. Nguyen Tan Bin, the goalkeeper, in charge of this squad. Or have they made a last-minute substitution? No, it will be Tran Nguyen Man taking the place of Nguyen Tan Bin in goal. This is the bench, which includes number 14, Lei Tan Tai. There's Toshiura Mura, who is the 3rd Japanese coach to oversee a side in the Suzuki Cup. He's the 1st Japanese coach to win. In fact, he's already won 2 matches in this competition. And the man, of course, was in charge of J-League sides Viser Kobe, Benfore Kofu, and Omir Ardija. Malaysians need to rekindle that spirit of 2010, where they seemed underdogs after a 5-1 opening game loss to Indonesia, to come back and defeat their nemesis in the final to win the tournament for the very first time. Vietnam have got a horrendous semi-final record, and they need to get over that hoodoo. They haven't scored a goal in semi-final action in 196 minutes. We're all set and ready to go if the players can hear this whistle, because you can hardly hear anything at the Shah Alam Stadium tonight. The same 2 who struck fear in Vietnam up front in 2010 get it rolling in 2014. Safi Saleh and Nosharul Idlan Talaha. This, by the way, is Malaysia's 12th semi-final match. They played more semi-final matches in the Suzuki Cup than any other country. Vietnam are playing in their 11th. They've only won 20% of their semi-final matches so far. 2 of them only. 1 in 2008 against Singapore and 1 in 1998 against Thailand. In fact, they've only scored 1 semi-final goal in their last 7 semi-finals. Bright start here for the Malaysians. Azamuddin trying to get around his markers. Oh, was that a foul? The referee says play on. The crowd didn't like it, but the referee stuck to his decision. Early ball by Huy Tuan, looking for the runs of Van Quet. He is one of 4 players, this number 10, in the squad who played in the SEA Games last year against Malaysia, where they were knocked out in the final match by 2 goals to 1. Malaysia get the ball back with Zubair Azmi. He's the only Malaysian to have featured in that SEA Games tie. Hafiz Kamal with an early touch. Good to have the ball bright and early in the game. Fadli Shah's and Muslim Ahmad side by side with one another, both ex-JDT teammates. Muslim Ahmad, of course, plays for PDRM these days. Safiq Arahim will want the ball as much as possible. He's the brains of this Malaysian squad, so they want to have that heartbeat, the heart meter beeping very, very quickly. Good early touch for the goalkeeper Tran Nguyen Man, who plays for Songlam Nge An, despite the club finishing in mid-table of the season. They have the 2nd best defensive record in the league, so the coach fully trusts this 22-year-old goalkeeper, who will only turn 22 on the 20th of December. Knock high, ball all the way out to Huy Tuan. Huang Tin, lovely control by Huang Tin. Tan Long, he's a real menace down the flanks. Break is on by Lei Kong Vin, the captain for the night, taken out. So referee says play on. It's a fair challenge by Zubair Azmi. The Malaysians clear quickly. They all know that the Vietnamese can be so electrifying when they break forward. They have to watch out for it. Hit of that stem, of course, Lei Kong Vin. Ngok Kai, who scored their opening goal of the tournament, takes the throw in. Tan Wong, Kong Vin, 2 of them stalwarts of the 2008 squad. 2008 was the last time that Vietnam beat Malaysia in the Suzuki Cup by 3 goals to 2. Phan Tan Long, one of his goal scorers that day. Fork 2, header out, easily cleared. Good backing back once again by Huy Huong. Those 2 Vietnamese central midfielders have been very impressive so far. Lovely ball played forward by Kong Vin. Huy Tuan had it stripped away from him. This is a very good breathless start from both sides. first semi-final, of course, ended up in a 0-0 draw between Philippines and Thailand yesterday. So that's very much all up for grabs. It's only the second 0-0 affair that we've had at the Suzuki Cups, which has been raking in the goals. Fadli Shah's looking for Safiq Rahim. Ball played inside, just running and rolling underneath the foot of No Shuttle. Quick breakaway once again by the Vietnamese, who've started very brightly. Le Cong Vinh, nice lovely touch. Here's a chance for the opening goal, and it's just wide by Ngo Hoang Tin. What a build-up though. The passage of play was absolutely spellbinding, and the Malaysians were caught cross-eyed trying to defend that, because the Vietnamese just broke at certain pace. That was really quick. Ball by Van Quet, Cong Vinh with an early touch, Hoang Tin with a shot, which he felt he might have done better, at least put it on target and tested the goalkeeper. Early warning signs though coming from Vietnam. They want to put to bed this horrendous semi-final record that they have and score their first semi-final goal in 201 minutes. Cong Vinh setting it up for Hoang Tin, who's already got a goal in this tournament that came against Philippines in the last match, and really he should have at least put that one on target. Khairul Fahmi, who hasn't conceded against Vietnam, escapes. Getting into each other's way that time. Wee Hong and Ngoc Hai throw into Malaysia. Kunalan has been a little iffy with his form in this tournament so far, as Kunalan has just signed a contract with JDT from his old club side, Selangor. Having to go all the way back now to Fadli Shahs and Muslim Ahmad. Hafiz Kamal. A lot of early touches on the ball for him. He's asked to sweep up just in front of the defense and make sure that it's very tight at the back. No Shadow loves time on the ball, loves possession of it, stripped away yet again. Hoang Tin, no, can't continue because the referee's called for a free kick. Safiq Rahim went down in a heap and is going to take this free kick for sure. Always the dead ball specialist in this Malaysian squad. With him on the ball, with him pulling the strings, metronomic first time passing, the Malaysians always stand a chance. Kunalan will chase onto this, but it's a lost cause. Not the best of passes, which is always swerving wide. It's going to be a goal kick to Vietnam, and they've certainly silenced the crowd a little bit with the way that they've started this match. Dola Saleh wanted his team to start very quickly, get the early goal in this game to just boost the crowd and make the noise levels go up higher, if it can go up any higher here at the Shah Alam Stadium. Vietnam though, Mura giving them other ideas. They've been breaking with pace, a lot of pace. Win in the air by Fadli Shahs. Azamuddin, Safi, first touch of the ball for him. Hafiz Kamal trying to spread it wide, not the best of passes yet again, easily dealt with by Ngoc Hai. Wee Hong. It's a very, very iffy ball played back to him by his captain, Cong Vinh. They get away with it. Van Bien getting the ball right back. Nguyen Van Bien taking over from Xuan Tan at left full back, but he is no spring chicken as Van Quet goes breaking through. Ball is loose, towed away by Mahali. Hafiz Kamal battling, losing out to Cong Vinh unfairly though. Harsh decision from the referee. Cong Vinh couldn't understand it. Malaysia get away. Mura, what a start this has been for the Japanese coach. No Sharo does well with 1 and 2. Yet again, the No Sharo dance, the Matyo dance is alive and a fair for everyone to see, as Kunalan couldn't keep the ball, just a little bobble misbehaving in front of him. Uiton clearance was headed looking for Cong Vinh. Or Van Quet found neither. Cross comes in, it's well taken down by No Sharo. No Sharo, still No Sharo, wanted a penalty. Referee says play on. They usually don't give them in those circumstances, even though No Shuttle will argue till hell comes high water that it was a penalty. It certainly was contact, and the Malaysians now are winning those loose balls in midfield much better from the Malaysians in the last 5 minutes. Safi Saleh bundled over, victim of his own abilities then, more than anything else. Wee Hong. What a start we've had to this second semi-final. All been tight affairs, first leg semi-finals. In fact, we haven't seen more than 2 goals in a first leg semi-final since 2004, when Indonesia lost 2-1 to Malaysia. Singapore beat Myanmar by 4-3. That game was played here, of course, in Kuala Lumpur, not at the stadium, but at the Bukit Jalil Stadium. Free kick to Vietnam. Kong Vin trying to take over from Van Quet. Might have done better just to allow his strike partner to continue with that run. Throw into the Vietnamese. Fadli Shah's in a football match already early on. Huy Hong to Ngoc Hai. The game needs a little reprieve now. Just a few passes knocked around with one another just to get the tempo going. The long ball would have helped Khairul Fahmi. One in every other match in the Suzuki Cup, he's kept a clean sheet. That man almost broke one of that clean sheets that he's kept. Hong Tin, and shot just went screaming outside of the upright. Mahali Jasuli might curb his adventures up front tonight, but with the Vietnamese so strong and so mesmerizing down the flanks. Huy Tuan, well controlled by Van Quet. Huy Hong just been so very impressed with these two Vietnamese central midfielders. Oh, lovely skill by Tan Long. Just beat his opponent as if he wasn't there. Tan Long, Van Quet, Kong Vin. Didn't catch it cleanly. They've been asking the pertinent questions though, Vietnam, after 10 minutes. No Sharul. Kunalan, finally with some room to operate. Is he going on one of those speedy runs of his, which he's been known for through the years? He decided to work 1-2 with Safiq Rahim. It was the right idea, just the wrong application. 7th Malaysian coach in the Suzuki Cup, Dola Saleh. No Sharul playing in his 3rd Suzuki Cup. Scored a goal in each of his last 2 editions. Hasn't scored one yet. In fact, he hasn't scored a goal in 4 Suzuki Cup matches. Longest drought in this tournament. Clearance from the goalkeeper wasn't a very good one. Once again, the pressing game shown by the Vietnamese, which has been a real feature for them in this tournament. Every time they lose the ball, 5 seconds they give themselves before trying to get it right back. And the defending starts right up front with the likes of Kong Vin on the ball now. And Van Quet, here is Van Quet. Kong Vin, back to Van Quet. The 2 strikers combining peachly so that he will step in. So a little bobble on the pitch, I took the ball away from them. Azamuddin, right winger, having to come all the way back to defend. That's what's going to happen tonight if Mahali Jasuli goes on a wanderlust. Hafiz Kamal, here is Mahali, talking about a wanderlust. That's a right full-back, almost in central midfield. Time for the Malaysians now just to settle some nerves a little bit. Get themselves on the ball, get themselves comfortable on the ball. Need that metronome to tick slightly more instead of just giving it away. Vietnamese were just biting with any challenges and any loose balls. No Sharul. Clever. Hafiz. Azamuddin. His Pahang teammate. Delicious cross it was. It was attacked as well. And I think it last came off a Vietnamese in Tien Tan. Safi Saleh certainly appreciates that service from Azamuddin. Corner to Malaysia. That's what they wanted to do from the off. Test the goalkeeper. Was supposedly second choice, but he's already got 45 minutes under his belt in a second half performance against Laos. He kept a clean sheet in that one too. Muslim Ahmad up with Fadli Shah's. Swung into a dangerous spot. Well cleared. It was anywhere. Finally, the spectacular effort coming in from Safi Saleh, and I think the referee's given a penalty here. The Malaysians are celebrating. The referee's pointed to the spot, I believe. Is there going to be a yellow card as well? The Vietnamese just can't believe it, but Malaysia, who are almost eliminated in this tournament, only to be given a late reprieve and a penalty against Singapore in that 3-1 victory just a week ago, have now got another penalty against the Vietnamese. What was this for? Let's have a look here. It was okay. The shot came right in. Was that a handball? I think it was a handball from the Malaysian in the first place. There we go, it was a handball from the Malaysian. What was that given for? Nothing doing, nothing doing. Oh yeah, there was a handball from the Vietnamese before that, before it hit the Malaysian. And the referee's given it for that. Harsh, soft, but it's still a penalty. Safiq Rahim has already got 2 in this tournament. One of them a penalty against Singapore. Second consecutive penalty now. Facing a rookie goalkeeper. This should be 1-0 to the Malaysians. Safiq rolls it in. And the Malaysians have got the lead. Just like 2010 all over again. They went seeking for the early goal. That was the instruction from Dola Saleh, but were pegged back by Vietnamese counter-attacks. And then the Vietnamese controlled the game, and the dubious decision to award the penalty tucked away by Safiq Rahim, making him the outright top scorer in the Suzuki Cup campaign. And once again they score against Vietnam. Well, the Vietnamese have shown in this match already that they certainly have got the ability and the ammunition to get a goal right back. Tan Luong. Oh, almost broke clear for Kong Vin. Always ready to pounce the predator in the penalty box. Van Bien, Huituan. Very early with the pass, looking for Kong Vin, who finds Van Quet brilliantly. That's going to be offside, surely. Well, the assistant referee did not flag, did he? It's going to be a corner to Vietnam. I would have counted. Khairul Fahmi, though, stood his ground and was obstinate at his near post. Le Kong Vin diligently kept himself onside, and it was on target. Good decision from the assistant referee as well. Corner by Tan Luong. He can't believe that decision given by the referee. But they need to forget all about it right now and concentrate on this. Tan Luong's corner was disappointing, lacked the elevation, and lacking in the finish was Vo Huituan, his opposite winger. What a start we've had to this second semi-final. The first semi-final goal of the 2014 edition of the Suzuki Cup. Fortunate that it came under such circumstance off the handball by Vietnam and a penalty given to Malaysia. The Vietnamese haven't been too good after conceding the first goal in the Suzuki Cup. Here they are trying to find themselves right back. Kong Vin once again broke the offside trap. Just couldn't take it down in his stride. He looked so hungry tonight, Le Kong Vin, trying to add to the 11 goals that he scored already. He's got a very good goal-scoring record against the Malaysians. Just hasn't had a goal in the Suzuki Cup against them. In fact, no Vietnamese has scored a goal in the Suzuki Cup against the Malaysians in 214 minutes now, 215 and counting. Last 5 occasions that Vietnam have conceded the first goal. the Suzuki Cup. They've gone on to lose all of it. In fact, after conceding the first goal, they've only won one match, and that was way back in 2002. So if you think about it, Kunalan onside, goalkeeper clears, No Sharo keeps it alive, but not the best of passes to Safi. It's 10 matches in a row now at Vietnam. Conceded the first goal of a Suzuki Cup tie and haven't been able to win it. Will it be lucky 11? They're bit to try to take that one goal advantage away from the Malaysians. Hui Hong's on the ball, played outside to Van Bien. Playing in his third Suzuki Cup. 2007 was when he made his debut. Nguyen Van Bien scored 2 goals in that tournament against Laos. Van Quet losing out, good control by Hui Tuan. Very good close ball control by Hui Hong. Van Bien. Free is Huang Tin. How different the complexion of this game been had the number 7 has given them the early lead. He was given the opportunity after a quite magnificent layoff from Le Kong Vin. Fortuitous with the bounces of the ball. Malaysia at the moment. Hafiz Kamal does a splendid goal to spread it out wide to his Pahang teammate Azharuddin Akil. Blaze around that wing. Vietnam clear their lines momentarily. Magnificent work once again by Hui Hong. Tan Long trying to spear it down through the middle for Kong Vin. Too early though, Japanese coach doesn't like it. Nutmeg, which was appreciated from the crowd by Mahali Jasuli, who continues on his rampage up front. Mahali's not going to get to this though. They've marshaled that one out for a goal kick. They haven't come here to just sit down and lay out the bus in front of the goalposts for the Malaysians to make it hard for them to score, because Vietnamese have come here to attack in this match, and now they have no choice but to move players forward in numbers because of this. Safi Grahim rolling the penalty in. The 5th Malaysian to score a goal against Vietnam in the Suzuki Cup. Safi Grahim was part of the squad in 2008 that lost 3-2 to Vietnam. That was the last time Malaysia lost to the Vietnamese in this tournament. In. Trampled over him, so it looks as if the pitch defeated Wang Tin then. Instead, the referee's called for a little push by Kunalan on him. Wu Hong has just been outstanding in midfield so far for the Vietnamese. Wang Tin doesn't do likewise, allowing the ball to roll under his foot. Malaysians get it right back. It's now 208 minutes without a goal against Malaysia for Vietnam, and 218 minutes without a goal in semi-final action in the Suzuki Cup for the Vietnamese. This man ensure that they need to come out of their shells to put that record right by awarding the Malaysians an early penalty. Van Bien, Hui Hong, who has been the outstanding player on the park on either side. Khairul Fahmi, the ball just take a wicked bounce off the pitch outside of his penalty box. Van Bien, Hui Hong, back to Van Bien. Disappointing ball from the stand-in left full back though. It's going to be a goal kick for the Malaysians. He is Toshia Miura, 6th coach for Vietnam in the Suzuki Cup. They've had repeated coaches through the years, Alfred Riedel and Enrique Calisto. A couple of them have taken charge of the squad a couple of times. Kalista, of course, will be remembered as the one who brought the cup home for them in 2008. Guituan, just two of them getting into a real sack of misunderstanding. Azabudin profits from it. Speed shown once again by the Pahang pump. Wanted a free kick, not going to get it. Van Bien thanks his lucky stars, takes full advantage of it. It's going to be a free kick this time. Guituan, so hard to shake off the ball. So, slight little niggle as well on Guituan. Wasn't too happy with the treatment dished out on him by Mahali Jasuli. Last thing the coach needs now is another winger down injured, because Vu Minh Tuan is suspended. He certainly misses services tonight. Vu Minh Tuan usually patrols down the right-hand side and provides great service. Tan Wong has supplied the most crosses in this tournament so far. He's playing down this left-hand side usually, but tonight he's used more as an inverted winger because they've got two left wingers on. Van Bien. Van Kuet wanted the free kick, yet again no call from the referee. Mahali Jasuli very strong in that challenge. Here comes No Shuttle. Matyo finding the right time to finally distribute to Kunalan. Matyo getting inside the penalty box, just slammed straight off the body of Din Tien Tan. Up with the intensity of the first 15 minutes of this match. You can't blame the players as well, because both sides started like a house on fire. They started as if it was a knockout match, and this football game was just played in 15 minutes. That's what it was. Vietnam, another opportunity to come out of their sacks on a counter. Guituan. Clever ball. Guituan wanted a free kick. The referee says goal kick. So we've played just past 25 minutes. Lee Kong Vin has had an effort at goal already saved by the goalkeeper, Khairulfami Chetmat. He's the goalkeeper who's made the most number of saves in this tournament so far. Said his clean sheets record in the Suzuki Cup has been just absolutely outstanding. 5 clean sheets in 10 matches prior to this. Nalan wins the header. Second ball though goes to a Vietnamese. Breaking away pretty well. Guituan down the line for Kong Vin. That's going to be a free kick for sure. Muslim Ahmad totally fooled by him. Mixture of experience and guile from Lee Kong Vin. December is his birthday month. December is usually the month he shines in the Suzuki Cup. Vietnamese will attest to that. 2008, he had such a disappointing tournament, was criticised. Lee Kong Vin, then come the semi-finals time, goals against Thailand, winning the Suzuki Cup for them. Both scored in the finals. Both were his only 2 goals in that competition. Muslim Ahmad will tell you he's a tricky customer as he picks up a yellow card for his troubles. What's happened right here now? A little skirmish happening right in front of Khairulfami. The crowd do not like it, and Vietnamese is going down, squirming, claiming that he was elbowed. That's a right full-back. Going up high, it is number 15. Look at what happened right here. It's just a little fling of the Al-Fatih Shahs. Oh, that's disgraceful. That was absolutely disgraceful. There's no need for that at all. They've gained some momentum coming into this. Lee Kong Vin, the experienced head inside this team, will be telling his 21-year-old not to act up that way again, because that was like a baby. Tan Wong, deadly deliverer of a dead ball. behind this latest Vietnamese free kick. Delivery was pretty good. Everyone attacking the near and far. No one committing themselves to the middle. That was very good work by Hafiz Kamal. Scored the winning penalty for Pahang in the Malaysia Cup this year. Hafiz Kamal. Riding on that momentum into the Suzuki Cup, playing in his very first tournament. Is Mahali playing in his third. Scored 1 goal each in his previous 2. Hasn't found the net yet in the 2014 edition. Van Bien. Hui Tuan. Still Hui Tuan. Hui Huang. Every time the balls come to him, it's just stuck to his foot like a beanbag. So hard to shake off the ball as well. So strong. Fadli Shah's. The ball didn't get past him. Here's Hui Huang. Hong Tin. Not the best of passes. Rescued by Van Quet. Still Van Quet. Caught in 2 minds whether to release the pass to Tan Luong and take the shot on. It was neither, and the Malaysians can profit from it. Safi Saleh. Superb challenge by Tin Tin. Din Tien Tan at fault for the first goal they conceded in this tournament against Indonesia. Slowly, the confidence has grown into the youngster. He's dovetailed everything that the experienced Phok Tu has done in the mixed 2 matches, and he's rescued the Vietnamese to facing a one-on-one situation with Safi Saleh in this instance. Phok Tu didn't have the legs to keep up with him. Tien Tan had to get it right, and he did. Past the half-hour mark, Tan Luong trying to carve out another opportunity for the Vietnamese. At the moment, the Malaysian defense has been very tight. They've asked for handball against Muslim Ahmad. Well, the Vietnamese are saying if there was handball against us, that struck his hand as well. And if you're going to give it that way, you've got to be consistent with your decisions. They might have a point then. The Malaysians want them to continue their arguments with the referee as they continue another attack up front. And this time Safi Saleh legally bundling over his opponent. Free kick to the Vietnamese. That's a foul. Signaled by the assistant referee. Straight away, the moment Safi had his arm up, dragged him back. Third Suzuki Cup for Le Phok Tu. Missed the last tournament because of injury. Plays for the defending champion. From cigarettes to semi-finals, the story of Safi Saleh has been fascinating in this tournament. Tien Tan, knock high. Receiving the boost from the crowd because of his earlier dramatics. Tan Luong's broken clear. Bashing through the defenders. Van Quet, what a save by the goalkeeper. He can't keep the second one out, and they finally scored a goal against the Malaysians. And it's the substitute, the man who wasn't even supposed to start but is on only because Vu Minh Tuan is suspended. Vo Huy Tuan, who's got Vietnamese aspirations, back up again. Khairul Fahmi doesn't deserve to concede the goal, but Vietnam have equalized. The run was made by Tan Luong, barging through the defense. The shot by Van Quet, superbly fielded by the goalkeeper. This time he parried it out of the way, but he couldn't get up in time to prevent the speedy winger Ho Tuan from grabbing the equalizer. And you could say it was coming, because the Vietnamese have shown a real appetite throughout this game in grabbing this goal. Their first goal in 218 minutes against Malaysia. Their first goal in 229 minutes in the semi-finals. That hurdle, that hoodoo has been put to rest. And now their 20% win rate in the semi-finals record needs to be put to rest as well, as Kunalan couldn't get away around this Vietnamese defense. Well, Khairul Fahmi did everything right as a goalkeeper. He palmed it away from the danger zone. He didn't, though, calculate for a speedy winger in Vo Huy Tuan to come storming right into the box. Gamble profited. Huy Hung winning another one in midfield. Huy Hung, Van Quet. Now it's the Malaysians reeling. Huy Tuan onside yet again. So left full back Zubair Azmi. 3 occasions already he's played the Vietnamese forwards onside. And Le Cong Vinh, on a couple of occasions, could have broken clear because of him. Quay Ngoc Khai with a throw for Vietnam. Huy Tuan, the goal scorer, blasting the ball inside, taken away by Mahali Jasuri. Offside Safi Saleh. There we go, confirmation. Vo Huy Tuan in the 32nd minute. That, by the way, is Vietnam's 110th goal in the Suzuki Cup. And he also becomes the 40th different player to score against Malaysia in this tournament. Now he's got some defending to do. Needs the help of his central midfielders. Huang Tin wanting the ball all the way. Hafiz Kamal, who's had a decent start to this game. Safiq Rahim, very quiet since scoring that penalty. Back to Hafiz. Easily taken away. And they're on the counter. They're on the rampage again. Slipped into space for Le Cong Vinh, who wanted the ball played in between his legs and in between those defenders instead of by the side of Adli Shahs. Now those Vietnamese milestones have been achieved in semi-finals. Their 10th goal of the Suzuki Cup was scored in the 1996 semi-finals against Thailand. Vo Huang Bu getting that. Nguyen Hong Son scored their 20th goal in the semi-finals against Thailand in 1998. And here, the 110th was scored against Malaysia, also in semi-final action by Vo Huy Tuan. Van Bien. Long searching ball. Cong Vinh. That was very clever. If it was met and read by Van Quet, didn't go charging into the penalty box, expecting that flick on by his captain. Chance for the breakout here from Malaysia. Safiq. Hafiz Kamal. Within 5 yards of him, Mahali trying to take it around the goal scorer. Huy Tuan failed to do so, got the lucky bounce. Vietnam come away with the ball, expertly defended by Phuoc Thu, who now wants to join in the attack. Le Phuoc Thu. Tan Luong was given Zubair Azmi fits all night long. Oh, that's not what we want to see from Tan Luong. He's such a brilliant player. He's so hard to stop, and probably being the winger of this tournament, last thing we need for him to show a little cheekiness of trying to get the referee to book the player. Usually some referees might give you a yellow card for trying to tell them how to do their job. Tan Luong escaped with it, so too does Zubair Azmi. Tan Luong has an opportunity to hang this ball inside the penalty box now. And once again against Malaysia, he's involved. 3-2. Last time they beat Malaysia, Tan Luong scored the first of those 3 goals for Vietnam in that match. Here he is trying to create their second. It's gone through a C. Once again, the Vietnamese wanted a penalty for that. Just missed the head of Quay Ngoc Khai. the Malaysian fans in solidarity, trying to spur their team on. Not helped by that nervous goal kick from Khairul Fahmi. The nervousness right throughout this Malaysian backline tonight. That's all credit to the front running of the Vietnamese too. Quang Tin with an opportunity to break, decides to take the shot on. He just toe poked it away because Muslim Ahmad was charging at him like a reckless ball. He just decided to toe poke it. It was Van Quet who was in acres of space. Van Bien having the longer of the legs against Safi Salih. There he is, the scorer of the 110th goal for Vietnam in this tournament and the equalizer in this match. This was how it was done. Van Quet's shot. Couldn't have asked anything more from your goalkeeper. Maybe to catch it, but came at him with such pace. That effort from Van Quet. Couldn't do anything about that or that. Mahali. That's going to be a free kick to Malaysia. Safi Salih, who's hardly been involved in this game, is feeding on scraps up front. You know, Sharul, his strike partner, always peeling away down the flanks and helping out in the midfield. He's almost reduced to isolation up front. He's done well enough. Let's try to shield it and use his physicality to win this free kick now. Can the Malaysians take advantage of this? Heading into the final 4 minutes of an electrifying first half, which has matched the atmosphere here at the Shah Alam Stadium. Hafiz Kamal, it's too close to the goalkeeper. Very disappointing delivery. The break is on yet again. That's a very clever throw out to the Malaysian defense. All at sea at the moment is wrecking ball stuff in the minute from the Malaysian defense. They've lost it all over again. The chance for the shot comes in. Tried a second bite of the apple. And he's won a corner out of it. Quang Tin. Boy, has this boy got lungs. 1 minute he was defending and the next he burst straight through the Malaysian defense just to take that effort at goal. Then bite in with the second challenge too. Van Quet didn't give up the fight, and Quang Tin has already got two very good chances in this match to score. One she skewed just wide, and this one just well blocked by Zubair Azmi. Advised by the assistant referee to ensure that the ball's the circumference of the semicircle. Try again, says Fadli Shahs. He wins a header in the air against Le Kong Vin, who's got a huge leap on him. This is not one of Khairul Fahmi's strongest suits. The ball being hung inside the box against those 6-footers charging at you. The Vietnamese have got 3 of them inside the penalty box. The ball's escaped, it's gone right clear. It's a poor finish in the end though by Ngoc Hai. That was the finish of a right full back, wasn't it? He's kept it alive only to help out the Malaysians in their pursuit of a counter. But they've lost it yet again. Ngoc Hai. All the way back to Quang Tin. Huy Hung, Ngoc Hai, Quang Tin. Tan Luang wants it. He desperately wants to go on this run against the Malaysian defense because he's led them on a real sleigh ride. They haven't been able to keep up with him. It's not the best of passes, needlessly given away. Having been so composed on the ball, and the Malaysians now trying to break with pace. Safi is right inside the penalty box, hoping for the cross to come in from Azamuddin. It didn't, and it's the Vietnamese turn to break away. Kong Vinh, only ball he could play out, the only outlet was Tan Luong. It's very quickly closed down. Tan Luong once again trying to spring the defense, knowing that, as we said, they've come in like a wrecking ball throughout this whole match. Both Muslim Ahmad and Fadli Shahs have just been charging right through the Vietnamese centre forwards. At times it's been more frightening than a Miley Cyrus video. Here's Kong Vinh, once again finds Van Quet. This time they decide to hold their lines and not come charging into the Vietnamese forwards. Kong Vinh. Van Quet looking for space, took too long to deliver the pass. Safi Saleh is in an offside position. No Shuttle takes contact, wins the free kick. Very clever play from him. Tien Tan just defeated by experience of No Shuttle Idlan Talaha. There we go. Toe the ball into open space, run straight at your defender, straight at your opponents, win the free kick. Thank you very much. We wanted to pick that pass earlier on to Safi, but he was in an offside position. Dola Saleh, seen his early penalty evaporated by a storming Vietnamese comeback. Crowd not helping as well, getting irritated by these loose passes as we have 2 added minutes of this first 45. I don't know where the referees discovered those 2 minutes from, but I think that even he doesn't want this half to end. That's how good this game has been so far. Muslim Ahmad, the way that he's panted side by side with Fadli Shahs just tells you how much trouble the Vietnamese centre forwards have given the two. Kunalan, Hafiz, Zubair. Finally we see Zubair outside of his own half. That's how much Tan Luong has ensured that he's kept him behind. Hafiz, poor touch from him. There was an opportunity for the Pahang stalwart to maybe even pull the trigger or drag one right across the 6-yard box. Build it up well enough here, and that was a peach of a pass from Zubair Azmi. Terengganu to Pahang and despair in Kuala Lumpur as the ball put out. Van Quet winning another header in the air. Just have been a lot more thirsty, trying to drink the water high up. There we go. It's another situation, an aerial duel won by a Vietnamese. Kong Vinh. Yura, the coach, has stormed right out and didn't like the referee not giving a call at all against Huy Tuan. It's the second time already he is saying to the assistant referee that he's been taken out after releasing the ball. The assistant referee Fu Ming now is consulting Ma Ning, the main man in the middle. Mura just can't believe it. His whole expression tells you all about it. It happened right in front of him as well. We saw it the first time, that was Mahali Jasuli, and this one was very late as well from Safi Saleh. Brilliant control, magnetic touch, and a lot of referees would have given the yellow card, but you saw the man in the middle, he had turned away from the situation already. The assistant referee wasn't flagging, so it's the second time that the goal scorer Huy Tuan has gone right down in a heap after releasing the ball. Safi escapes, needs to escape the clutches of the two centre-backs. Safi Saleh to get the Malaysians right back and in front again. This has been a great response by Toshiya Mura's boys. Going a goal behind, dubious decision given by this man, Ma Ning. The centre of that early penalty call for the Malaysians, tucked away by Safiq Rahim. Instead of just dwelling on the past, feeling sorry for themselves. charging right back. Gotten the equaliser on 32 minutes from this man on the ball, Hui Tuan. Wong Tin. Pan Wong. Tan Tin. Knock high. Tongue in the air. Hong Ving attacks. It was loose. Mahali Jasuli just saw the flight of the ball, realized where it was bouncing to. What a first half this has been. Semi-final number 2, the Suzuki Cup, after a lackluster first leg semi-final last night. It's come to life again thanks to a Safiq Rahim penalty early on in the game. The Vietnamese coming out of their boxes and clinching an equalizer. It's their first goal in 217 minutes against Malaysia. Their 110th goal in this competition, scored by that number 25, Vo Hui Tuan, who also becomes the 40th player to score against Malaysia in the Suzuki Cup. 1-1 at the break. Welcome back to the Shah Alam Stadium, where the noise levels haven't dropped, and neither has the tempo of this game. It's been scintillating so far between Vietnam and the home side, Malaysia. Although both coaches have the mantra that you don't win the semi-finals in the first leg, the Malaysians know playing at home they need to do a number. Drawing 1-1 at the moment, Dola Saleh must have told his charges at half-time. Quits committing those basic errors in defence and come right out and try to snatch something here in the second half to take to Hanoi, where they haven't got a very good record against the Vietnamese. And there's only one side, since it's been turned into a two-legged semi-finals in the Suzuki Cup in 2004, only one side has managed to draw their first leg at home and win the second one away. That was Vietnam in 2008, when they drew 0-0 against Singapore at home and won in Singapore by a 0-0. And that was the only goal that Vietnam had scored in a two-legged semi-final affair until tonight, when Vo Huy Tuan's equaliser has squared this match at 1 apiece. Tan Luong, who's been the star performer alongside central midfielder Nguyen Huy Hung in the first half, just finding no way to stop him at the moment, the Malaysians. Because of that, Zubair Azmi has been kept so busy, he's had so little time to join forces with Kunalan at that left side of the Malaysians, almost being rendered non-existent in the first half. A lot of their good stuff have been coming from this right-hand side, with Mahali Jasuli and Azamuddin Akil right in front of him. Here is Mahali. Not the best of passes from him. Le Cong Vinh, the chance to break clear for Vietnam. Cong Vinh still strong on the ball. Van Quet trying to square it back and dink it into space for Quan Binh. Ball taken away from him. Good work by Hafiz Kamal. Here's Kunalan. No Sharul. Zubair Azmi. Kunalan takes the challenge, wins the free kick. Unnecessary foul given away by Ngọc Hai. Two plays for Song Lam Nghệ An, scoring just the one goal this season in the Vietnamese V-League. Muslim Ahmad. Easily dealt with by Phok Tu. Van Quet keeping it alive. Another clever touch, simple, just makes the game so simple. Here he is, biting into another challenge. That one was a loose ball going to Van Quet. All by himself, he's got Cong Vinh beside him. That's a poor ball by the number 10. Chance now to square it out to his captain. He finally does so. Cong Vinh asking him to just make a dash and burst his hamstrings, try to get inside the penalty box to receive the pass back. It's the right idea from Cong Vinh, just too much swerve behind that pass, favouring the goalkeeper instead. Zubair. Getting the ball back from Hafiz. Kunalan almost switched the focus of their attacks and trying to build more down this left-hand side, at least in the opening 3 minutes of this second half. Safi Saleh will chase after this and lose out in the air. Once again, ball in the air dealt with and won by Vietnamese. Van Quet scored a goal against Malaysia, the number 10, Van Quet. Penalty. These two sides met in a friendly a couple of months back. Dola Saleh, a horrible build-up coming into the Suzuki Cup. Just like it was in 2010, here they are all over again in the semi-finals. They've got a very good semi-finals record at home. They've only lost one match, and that was to Indonesia back in 2004 on home ground in a two-legged semi-final. Fadli. Better to trap it with his right foot and take it away with his left. Just needed to use his left, more comfortable with it. Comforts, just ensuring that the ball has gone out for a throw to the Vietnamese. Ngọc Hai leaving it, happy to gain yard to the throw. No Sharul, periphery of things throughout that first half, alongside Safi Saleh. Seems to be his double-danger Malaysian football over the last 5 years. Van Quet bullied off the ball by Kunalan. All the way back to Muslim. Much more composed start by the Malaysian defenders in the second half. Hafiz, good turn from him. Snatched away though, once again, a little deflection by Hui Hong, making it easy for Van Bien. Hui Hong. Still Hui Hong, played at the Asian Games. Scored in that 1-3 defeat to UAE in the round of 16. Played it behind the defence, yet again onside. Lee Kong Vin, he sprung this offside trap too many times already for the liking of Abdullah Saleh. Safi's pass was well taken by Safi Saleh. Zubair asked to be a bit more adventurous in the second half. That's a very clever ball. It's gone out, but he had the opportunity, Safi Saleh, to square to the right. And that would have been an open shot at goal coming in from Azimuddin Akil. Have a look at this. Safi Saleh just outside the box, and look at the runner just by the side of him to his right-hand side. Azimuddin was right here and asking for the ball and saying, why did you square it to me? Because if he had just released it right in front of Azimuddin, that would have been a free run on goal with Van Bien committed forward already. Striker's instincts, so. Still 1-1. Nothing separating these two sides. Crossing the 6-minute mark of the second half. For the first time, Lee Kong Vin is penalised. Trying to win a header in the air. Kunalan easily blocked off. That's not a free kick. Harsh decision by the referee. Nokai claims that he got the ball. Kunalan happy to gain the advantage of it. Here we go. Stepping in front of Kunalan. Did the right thing. Never was that a free kick in a million years. Free kick for Malaysia. Safiq Rahim behind this. Hanging it up in the air, testing the goalkeeper who uses knuckles to good effect. Mahali. Hafiz did well to work some space for himself. It's a poor ball though. Tanwan taking it away easily. It's great hustling by Kunalan to win it right back. Kunalan wants it. Ball's just played right behind him. And Tien Tan profits the benefactor of that little breakaway from Malaysia. And now here's a breakout for Vietnam and Lee Kong Vin. Van Quet inside the penalty box. Kong Vin still taking some time before he manages to get control of the ball. Our referee gets in the way. Mahali Jasuli now on the breakaway. I don't think it was offside. No shuttle, just stopped in his tracks then. And the crowd didn't like it because the assistant referee's flag did not come out at all. Here's no shuttle. Mahali back to no shuttle. Anyway, we'll do by Hong Tin. He does find Van Quet. Touch letting him down again. Don't know how long the coach is going to rely on Van Quet up front with Lee Kong Vin. He certainly has looks lost. That's a splendid tackle by Ngokai. Looking for a textbook sliding tackle. You can't find any better than that from Kwe Ngokai. Tan Wong is at the end of another great sliding challenge, this time from Muslim Ahmad. Hafiz once again. He's had a very good game so far. Hafiz Kamal side by side with Safiq Rahim in midfield. Azimuddin. Mahali, the right full-back who usually plays behind him, in front of him yet again. No shot all. It's a handball from Fok2. Got nutmegged instead. Fok2. Still Fok2 trying to just release his long legs and long strides. It's still in play. Each one. Kong Vin. Man on shouts came very quickly. Wang Tin. Van Quet. Long time though to release the ball. Released it to the right person in Tan Wong. Tan Wong's got to make room for himself and an angle for the cross. Couldn't do that, so decides to give it out to Ngok Hai. It's not a bad ball that was thrown in. Van Quet wants it on his right foot. Doesn't pull the trigger the first time out. Ball that was dragged back was not too bad. Finally deflected away, and that was never going to be a goal. A million miles wide from Quang Tin. Enterprising attack from the Vietnamese, spreading the ball wide from one flank to another. Took a perfect touch because he just dropped it to exactly where he wanted it, just couldn't find the right connection and volley and technique to beat the goalkeeper from there. A couple of occasions already in this match, the number 10, Nguyen Van Quet, has got the opportunity to pull the trigger and take shots, but he's passed up on that. Chasing after that one, which is easily cleared by Shaz. Van Bien is challenged in the air by No Sharo. Happy to just get contact with the ball and concede the throw. Haven't had the same tempo and intensity in the second half that we had in the first, but there have been fleeting moments. Not just individual brilliance from either side and their players, but also the ability to just spring and catch the defense off guard. Rosharo wants the ball back from Mahali, gets it. Azemuddin onside. Once again, it's a poor ball. Le Cong Vinh leading another breakout charge from Vietnam. Wants the free kick. It's a most expensive player in the history of Vietnamese football. Doesn't get it from the referee. He's got a real rejuvenation in his career, Le Cong Vinh. Phan Tan Long, who's also been receiving a rejuvenation with the arrival of the Japanese coach Miura. Receives the free kick. Has been so influential in this game. Mazy, tricky, hard to shake off the ball. Once he leads you on those jigsaw puzzles, he's just solving them. Asked to chase that one. It's an unnecessary ball, just finds it in the air by Van Bien. Based on passes, Miura, the coach, didn't look too happy on the bench. That decision to hoist it inside the penalty box for no reason. Time and space now for Safiq Rahim. Picks out a pass, as always, Azemuddin Akil. Gliding past one, not the other. Throw though goes to Malaysia. Well, it's tightening up at the moment at the back from both teams. Not as open as we had in the first half. Safiq. Ball taken away yet again by Hui Hung. Strong challenge by Fadli Shaz, and it needed to be. Malaysians preparing to make a substitution. It might be Gary Stephen Robert, who's all set and ready to come on. Crowd like this decision from Dola Saleh. He is a robust robot, and he takes the place of Hafiz Kamal. A couple of times already he has been on the verge of getting yellow cards. In fact, he's got yellow cards in every game that is played in this tournament so far. 2 in his first match against Myanmar, 1 against Singapore. No Shuttle wanted the advantage, the referee didn't give it to him. In fact, the referees instead pulled Tien Tan out. Might have given the yellow card to the Vietnamese number 4. That should have been an advantage played by the Chinese official. Tien Tan saved by his inexplicable decision. That was a foul there. And that was another one. But he had control of the ball and he was breaking clear. Another free kick for Malaysia. This time a little closer. Tan Long. Guilty party. Safiq Rahim, the tournament top scorer, takes this. Is it going to be fresh instructions from Phan Tan Wong? No, he's going to be replaced. Phan Tan Wong, Mak Hong Kwan takes his place. It's an attacking switch as well, because Hong Kwan scored a goal against Malaysia. Been 2-1 defeat at the last SEA Games. He's more an out-and-out attacker. He scored the first goal in the 3-1 victory in the friendly as well 2 months ago. So he might have the Malaysians' numbers, but they have to deal with this free kick. was a brilliant delivery from Safiq Rahim. Just couldn't get the dip in time, but there were players charging at it, showing a lot of interest in eating that one up. How about this? Served up on the plate for you. Absolutely brilliant. Sazamuddin just running a little bit too far forward. Safi Saleh just behind him. Didn't make an effort to keep pace with him, otherwise that jump was on for Safi. Comes to the dead ball deliveries. Can be no better in Southeast Asia than number 8 from Malaysia. Mak Hong Kwan. Van Quet. Still Van Quet. Van Quet! What a goal! He's been quiet so far, but Nguyen Van Quet, who's been asked to patrol down the right-hand side with the departure of Van Tan Luong, has managed to put Vietnam in front. And the man who scored a goal against Malaysia in the 3-1 friendly win has done it again. This time in a match that counts. The substitute comes on and makes an immediate impact with the ball out to him, but he had it all to do before opening his body up and finding the spot past Khairul Fahmi. Squeeze between two defenders, beyond the goalkeeper. 2-1, the Vietnamese in the lead. What a finish that was. He was under pressure as well. Nguyen Van Quet, not your normal out-and-out winger, is he? It's the first time Vietnam have scored 2 goals in a semi-final in the Suzuki Cup since 2000, 14 years ago, when they got 2 in a 2-3 defeat against Indonesia. They've certainly put that poor semi-finals record and the inability to score goals in the last 4 to bed now, haven't they? Hong Kwan, Hong Vin into space for Mak Hong Kwan. Surely that's going to be a free kick. Is there going to be a card as well for Muslim Ahmad? Or both Muslim and Fadli, 2 of the centre-backs from the 2010 winning squad, are finding it hard to deal with the Vietnamese attackers, led by Le Cong Vin, who just floated this into space for Hong Kwan, got the ball first, and the man, Muslim Ahmad, had no choice but to take him down with a late challenge. Referee spared Muslim Ahmad the card, but Vietnam have got a free kick in a very dangerous situation. And Mak Hong Kwan, who's so good in the air, showed it during the SEA Games when he was certainly their outstanding player, scoring 3 goals in that tournament. One of them against Malaysia in a losing effort. Now finds himself in a reverse of that 2-1 scoreline, winning by 2 goals to 1, trying to make it 3 from this situation. Cong Vin will take this, looking for his 12th Suzuki Cup goal. Cong Vin, poor, straight into the wall. Le Cong Vin himself has got a great scoring record against Malaysia. He did score in Kuala Lumpur 2 years ago in a friendly, a 2-0 victory. Van Quet has already scored 2 against them this year. No Sharul bundled off the ball. Look at that number 29 there yet again. Hui Hong. Cong Vin, still Cong Vin. Clever ball. A little bit too hard though for Hong Kwan. Ngok Hai. Hui Hong, he's never going to lose the ball. Quang Tun. Hui Hong wants it yet again. Best pass completion rate in this tournament, the Vietnamese number 29. Quang Tien, happy to go all the way back to Phuoc Tu. Vin tried to use his body against Fadli Shah's, failed to do so. Biting challenge yet again by Hui Hong. Le Kong Vin thought that he was trying to jostle for position and didn't want the free kick given against him, but the referee thought otherwise. Well, we're in the final 30-minute zone. Both these teams lethal in the final 30 minutes of games in the Suzuki Cup. 49% of Vietnam's goals have been scored in the final 30 minutes of games. 48% of Malaysia's goals have been scored in the final 30 minutes. They scored two late ones, of course, against Singapore. So we might be in for a real treat here. Muslim Ahmad. They have a second leg semi-final as well, Malaysia, so they'll be thinking twice about committing too many players forward and leaving gaps for the Vietnamese to exploit. The Vietnamese are not happy with 2-1. Look how many players they've committed to this latest charge. Kong Vin's one of them. Hui Hong getting the ball, calming things down. Goal scorer Van Quet. Quang Tin, not the best of passes though, behind Hui Hong. Robot. Zubair. Robot. What a turn that one was by Mak Kong Hong. Le Kong Vin onside. An opportunity to put 3 goals in, but failed to do so. Muslim Ahmad with a brave challenge to keep alive Malaysia's challenge, but that was a turn by Mak Hong Kwan. And right here, you would have thought Le Kong Vin has all the experience in the world to finish this one off. Instead, it was one touch too many from the Vietnamese captain. There we go, the first touch, he couldn't get it off his feet. It was still underneath him, and because of that, he tried to pull it right ahead of him before he could pull the trigger. Might have done better to open his body up for a left-footed shot. Maybe even take a contact for a penalty inside the box. Muslim Ahmad is still down. Gingerly making his way up. We've got a real tie here, haven't we? Kong Vin's corner, headed away by Robot. Safi completes the clearance. Another magnificent tackle thrown in by one of Vietnam's 2 central midfielders. I tell you, these two, Quang Tin and Hui Hong, have been outstanding in this tournament. The coach usually deploys what looks like a 4-4-2 system, but it goes 4-2-4 whenever they attack, because these 2 central midfielders have got so much legs and lungs in them that they're able to cover the wide positions whenever the other team goes in a counter-attack. No free kick, because he thought that Kunalan had pushed the ball a little too far away. Ma Ning incurring the wrath of the crowd with that decision. That should have been a free kick. It's strange, isn't it? An earlier decision that went against Ngok Hai wasn't a free kick at all. Now that one was dead on a free kick. The referee didn't give it. A few questionable calls already from the official from China as we approach the final 20 minutes. Safik. Mistake by Fok Tu, of all people. A little overzealous and enthusiastic in trying to get the ball back. Safik Rahim has been ushered away by the referee. He's got a temper in him, the Malaysian captain. Remember him being sent off in a World Cup qualifier against Singapore in 2011 for petulance. Well, Tian Tan was a little OTT in the way he reacted to Safik's challenge. He gets a yellow card from the referee. Too made up for his error, found the contact and just threw himself on the ground. There we go, once again Tian Tan. That was needless a couple of times already. The youngsters in this Vietnamese squad just gone down way too easily. Safi Saleh lost control of the ball. Safi Rahim wasn't too happy because Tian Tan just given his back on him, hoping for a piggyback ride. Instead he gets a yellow card. Safi Rahim of Malaysia in the books for a goal and a yellow. Minutes remaining for the Malaysians to grab something out of this now. The crowd came out expectant. They made a real atmosphere. Lesser teams would have been totally intimidated. Dola Saleh's call for support was met. And when the opening goal went in, you thought that it would be cruiser mode for the Malaysians. The Vietnamese, though, haven't given up. First poor ball played out by Hong Kwan since he's arrived as a substitute at the number 27. Been outstanding so far. Here he is on the ball again. Tian Tan deciding to go easy and square. Ngoc Hai. Le Kong Vin, who's worked his jewels off up front. Le Kong Vin. Every time so a Vietnamese player in support, it's always Le Kong Vin who's run the channels and made himself available for any pass that has to be hit down the flanks. No nonsense by Nguyen Man. No shuttle. Will be replaced. Another quiet game. No shuttle. Manaf Mamat is the second Terengganu player on the pitch, playing in his first Suzuki Cup. Manaf Mamat has got 2 goals this season. 4 goals this season actually, just 2 international goals. Be a good time now to add his 3rd. Safik now almost deployed in a quarterback role, just in front of the defence. Fadli back to Safi Rahim. Poor touch that one was. Tian Tan. This one knew he couldn't keep the ball in play, so he gave up the chase. Mahali. Safik. Brave challenge thrown in by Tian Tan. Kong Vin. Hong Kwan. Hong Kwan. Still Hong Kwan. Keepers come right out, and it was the right decision from Khairul Fahmi. Superbly combined between the 23-year-old and the 29-year-old. Khairul Fahmi spread-eagled himself and got the lucky bounce off Hong Kwan and gets the goal kick. Hui Hong, another accurate pass, not so by Kong Vin, who gets a second chance after a botched up clearance by Muslim. Zubir anywhere would do. Van Quet. Happy for Zubir to poke it out for a throw. Keep the pressure in the Malaysian half. As we approach the final 10 minutes of this tie. Van Quet, Kong Vint inside. So too, I believe, was Hui Tuan. There we go, the number 25. Got the equalizer earlier on. Kong Vint made a run inside late. And Hui Tuan at the far post, almost getting at the end of that tantalizing cross. Safi Salih. Splendid challenge by Tien Tan. Safi tried his very best to win the ball back. Swashbuckling. Failed to do so. He's always got goals in him. Hong Tin has certainly run his legs to the ground. Both him and Hui Hong have won this midfield battle against Safiq Rahim. Hafiz Kamal was being replaced by this man on the ball now, Gary Robert. Still Robert. Kunalan fortuitously finds his teammate Manaf. Robert asked to take the shots by the crowd. Instead, the ball is played inside. It's easily covered by Fok Tu, and an accurate pass out. Once again, the outlet is Lei Kong Vin. Does he look over the hill? I don't think so. I've never seen Lei Kong Vin hungrier in a tournament than he's been in this 2014 edition. He wants to add to the 4 goals that he's already scored against Malaysia. 1 in an international friendly in 2012, 2 in the 2007 SEA Games, and 1 in the 2005 SEA Games. Clever ball by Ngokai. Hui Tuan, Ong Kwan, Lei Kong Vin, inches away from making a connection to the cross, and appreciated that service from the youngster. Ngokai, who spent his youth playing in Europe. Mark Hong Kwan, that is. Sparta Prague. That's where he got his early football lessons. What an impact he's made coming off the bench, creating that second goal for Van Quet. Chasing after this with Robert now. Calm disposition from Gary Robert. Takes the challenge. It's the kind of challenge that is usually dished out by him. Malaysians hope that the showers that are being poured down at the Shah Alam Stadium now would wash away Vietnamese tide that has been hitting them since they scored the opening goal. Would signal a change of fortunes for the Malaysians. Gary Robert, given the Gary Robert treatment from Mak Hong Kwan, gets a yellow card for that. Safiq Rahim just hangs that one inside. Van Bien clears it. Here is Robert. Strong, well done by him. Zubair. Back to Safiq. Clever ball. Van Bien had played them onside. Kunalan. Mahali takes over. Right into a shield of red. Strong defending by Vo Hui Tuan. Ngokai. Kong Vin. Almost a magnetic take. Instead, it's a takeaway for the Malaysians with Robert. Slowed the pace down a little bit by dwelling on the ball. Kunalan, Mahali just in front of him. Manaf does well to retain possession and then loses it to Hong Kwan. Hui Hong. Van Quet. So he was looking up to spot a pass. That was when Zubair came right in with the challenge. Free kick to Malaysia. Legal challenge by Vo Hui Tuan. Done a lot of his work in the second half, tracking back. Kunalan couldn't get the better of Fok Tu. Mahali Jasuli. This used to be a stomping ground playing for Selangor. Shah Alam Stadium. Zubir Azamuddin. Kunalan. This is his stomping ground the last season. So that switch over, of course, to JDT next year. Johor Darul Taksin. Very quick feet by Manaf Mamat. Appreciated by the crowd. Winning a free kick in a very dangerous position. It's the first time that we've seen more than 2 goals in a first leg semi-final in the Suzuki Cup since 2004. Are we going to get a treat of a fourth here as Malaysia look to tie this up? Final change coming in. Azamuddin Akil has gone quieter as the match has gone by. Indra Putra. This man has got a superb scoring record against Vietnam. He's already pinched 3 goals against them. Scored a goal against Singapore the other night to join the gang of 22, having scored in 3 different editions of the Suzuki Cup. He's now Malaysia's second all-time scorer in this competition with 8 goals. Safi Saleh still looking for his 10th. He's the all-time top scorer, so they've got their 2 all-time top scorers on the pitch right now against the Vietnamese. Indra Putra scored against them in 2002 in a 3rd and 4th place playoff, and then in that 3-2 loss in 2008. He scored Malaysia's 2 goals in that match, and now he'll be Dola Saleh's trump card. As the rain comes down, will it be tears coming down the sky from Dola and all of Malaysia, or will there be a happy ending in this match? More worries for the coach as Van Bien goes down. He's already lost his left full back, Nguyen Xuan Tan, to an injury before the start of this game. The last thing he needs is another left full back going down, making himself unavailable for the second leg. Eight minutes remaining. That's a great cross, dragged back by Indra. Not finished though. Vietnam caught switching off momentarily and almost punished by the substitute. Deep from Mahali. Indra did everything right by laying it back. But they just couldn't find the finish with Manaf Mamat's head. Storming, defending once again by the 21-year-old Din Tien Tan. That mistake in the opening match against Indonesia, where he headed it back to his goalkeeper and gifted a goal, seems so far away now. Vo Hui Tuan appreciated by the fans and his coach for what has been an industrious display and a goal as well, the equalizer that got the Vietnam engines going. He'll always be remembered as the man who got their 110th goal in the Suzuki Cup. He comes off. Nguyen Tan Hien is his replacement. Fok Tu steps in. Well, snatched away from Hui Guang. Oh, it's wrong pass. Kong Vin wanted it played right down the middle. They went to the side because Kong Vin usually makes those runs to peel off down the flanks. Bien. Good control from the experienced fullback. Not a bad ball played out either. Just escaped the clutches of the substitute. And Tan Hien, Van Bien challenging after this. Once again, Mo Huang Tin, central midfield partnership, just covering anything that's been put into second chance zones. Five minutes remain. Vietnam happy to keep possession. Hong Kwan takes the challenge, goes down right in front of the referee. Wins the free kick. He's hit such delicate, subtle touches since he's come on. Kong Vin, there he is yet again, opening up another channel. Running the cause for his country. Trying to lead them to another Suzuki Cup victory. He was their hero in 2008. Still deafening the noise of 2008 in your ears if you're at the Medin Stadium that night. The goalkeeper handle outside the box. An argument there around Safi Saleh. He wants the free kick given. I think the referee's given it for offside for Safi. It's the assistant referee bailing out Manning, who would have had to make another huge decision. Hong Kwan loses the ball. Chance for Malaysia now. Kunalan. No penalty. Solid challenge. It was Robart inside the penalty box. Quickly takes the corner, floated in, headed away. Not convincingly though. Robart refusing to keep it in play, settles for the throw instead. Pitch getting slippery. It's one of those situations now where you feel a mistake might just occur. You hate to see that happening in what has been a high caliber game. Kong Vin yet again chasing after scraps. Hong Kwan, good touch from him this time. Swerves away from one challenge, not the next. Free kick to Vietnam. Two minutes remaining. Hong Kwan trying to get the ball out to Hui Huang. Turn, ill-advised from Huang Tin, who goes down in a heap. Play on, says the referee. Goalkeeper now makes sure that he's inside the penalty box and cradles it like a lost baby. Happy to keep the ball out of play for treatment to be given. Well, the Malaysians will know that they've given their all as Mo Huang Tin comes down, but they lost out the battle in midfield. Huang Tin and Nguyen Hui Huang, the two 22-year-olds, have just been outstanding in their displays today. Hui Huang has seldom given the ball away, and this man, who's been nominated 4 times for the Young Player of the Year award, not winning once in Vietnam over the years, has just given them so much energy in midfield. The vibrancy of his box-to-box displays, moving the ball forward. Frequency of his visits inside the Malaysian half have been so alive and in such high velocity in the first half. He kept it in check for the second half, but every time there's a midfield battle happening, he's usually there and winning those challenges. Malaysia sportingly give the ball back. They didn't need to. And Vietnam with Tien Tan says, all right, tell you what, victims of an unfortunate incident, which once you have the ball, Safik, Robert, good turn by Robert. That'll be a yellow card for Tien Tan. He was fortunate not to have been booked earlier on for feigning an injury. So it's yellow for Tien Tan. Once again, Robert at the end of a robust challenge, not dishing it out himself. Vietnam will make one last substitution. Most likely it'll be Ngo Hoang Tin coming off. They'll lose a lot of legs in midfield because of that. But it's just all hands to defense now. Confirmation of that yellow card for Din Tien Tan. Safik Rahim floating it right in. Keeper could have allowed it to run out for a goal kick. Decided to take no chances. No call coming in that there was no one behind him. Fielded that. Into time added on by the referee. This will only be Malaysia's second defeat at home in semi-finals of the Suzuki Cup. Five added minutes. Putra looking to score his fourth Suzuki Cup goal against Vietnam. He's in the box, goalkeeper brave and fingertips that one out for another corner. Not the best of headers by his fellow defenders, caught him up inside that zone. Malaysians think it's time wasting. They get to get their heads right for this next delivery instead of going in and getting involved with the afters. Certainly was hurt in this situation, but how hurt is he? Landing is pretty heavy. I think a lot of it is also down to the fact that we're winning by 2-1. We're into extra time now. Is there going to be a glorious, heroic moment for Safi Saleh? 2 against Vietnam in the 2010 semi-finals. Just one wild shot in the 2014 edition. Vietnamese physio asked to get off the field of play. There's an instance, I believe, in Brazil, in South American football this year, where a physio actually saved a would-be goal on the line. It was given as a save by the referee. Headed clear splendidly well by Van Bien. Played behind the defense. Wasn't the right ball. That'll be a corner though, because it took a wicked deflection. The Vietnamese claimed they didn't touch a ball at all, but the assistant referee was conned. Malaysians have another opportunity to fling this into the danger zone. Tien Tan is right there. This time they go short. Mahali trying to wriggle himself clear. Van Bien using all his experience in the world, taking any sort of contact and going down. Mahali would have known much better than to play that one short. Should have just lifted it inside the penalty box. That last chance has gone. Or has it? Might be added minutes by the referee for treatment to try and man the Vietnamese goalkeeper. Kong Vin, almost for the first time tonight, losing that one in the air. Challenge coming in very strong by Le Tan Tai, the veteran. Also part of that 08 winning squad. Tan Tai playing in his 5th Suzuki Cup in a row. Ball's broken clear. Van Quet waiting in the box, so too was Kong Vin. Needn't have to be delivered. Indra Putra trying to lead a charge with his energy. Lung busting, trying to get inside the penalty box. This was really easily dealt with though by Tia Tan. Oh, clearance had to be made that time, and it wasn't from Hui Hong. How good has this boy been when Hui Hong? Kong Vin wants the ball played back to him. He wants to visit the corner flag. Then decided against it. Hui Hong, Kong Vin, keep ball. That's what the Japanese coach has been trying to get the Vietnamese to do in their possession-based football. Couldn't do it after a wild touch coming in from Tan Hien. Mahmad, clever header. Safi's in the box, waiting for a good delivery. It does come in, and miscommunication between the goalkeeper and centre-back. Left walk 2 results in Malaysia's corner. Surely this has got to be their last opportunity. Manaf this time will take it to ensure it goes long and high in the penalty box. Oh, it's an open header! Indra Putra so close to clinching the equalizer. And that would have really put a real gloss on an A1 football game. Indra Putra, free, open, no one at the post marking it. As long as it was on target, that would have been in. Is that the last piece of action? The answer is yes. We've had a magnificent Suzuki Cup tie. 3 goals in the semi-finals for the very first time since 2004. At least the first leg semi-finals. Vietnam winning it by the odd goal in 3. Malaysia took the lead. Safiq Rahim scoring from the penalty spot to become the 5th Malaysian to score against the Vietnamese in the Suzuki Cup. And then Vo Huy Tuan grabbed the equalizer, Vietnam's 110th goal in the Suzuki Cup. And right at the death, Dola Saleh side see them concede after some sparkling touches by Mak Hong Kwan, the substitute setup, when Van Quet to splendidly finish like an expert past Khairul Fahmi for the winning goal of the game. They go to Hanoi. It's not over yet, remember, but Malaysia have it all to do. No side has ever come back after losing the first leg at home to qualify for the finals with a victory away. But there's always a first time, and the fans still believe. It has been a cracking atmosphere, and it's been backed up by a game of intense capabilities and qualities. Malaysia, though, lose it at home to Vietnam by 2-1.
Vâng, xin kính chào quý vị khán giả truyền hình cả nước. Xin chào các vị khách mời trường quay và những đồng nghiệp của tôi đang có mặt ở trường quay của Đài truyền Việt Nam. Như vậy là đội tuyển Việt Nam của chúng ta đã có được chiến thắng rất quan trọng với tỷ số sát nút 2-1 trong một thế trận mà lẽ ra chúng ta có được nhiều bàn thắng hơn thế trên sân của Malaysia, và đây chắc chắn là một tỷ số rất có lợi cho chúng ta trước trận lượt về trên sân Mỹ Đình sau đây vài ngày. Và ngay sau đây chúng ta sẽ có cuộc trò chuyện ngắn với một nhân vật thi đấu rất hay trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay và rất nhiều những trận đấu gần đây nữa của đội tuyển Việt Nam. Xin được trân trọng giới thiệu với quý vị và các bạn, bên cạnh tôi là Văn Quyết, một người đã ghi bàn trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay. Quyết có thể cho biết là cái cảm giác của mình trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay là như thế nào và sự chuẩn bị của đội cho trận đấu lượt đi với Malaysia?
Thật sự không chỉ riêng Quyết đâu, tất cả các anh em cầu thủ đã nỗ lực. Các bạn đã nhìn thấy đấy, một bầu không khí rất là náo nhiệt khi hai đội đã được thi đấu một cái trận đấu như thế này. Không chỉ riêng tôi, tất cả anh em đã nỗ lực và đã giành được chiến thắng ngày hôm nay. Tôi muốn gửi lời cảm ơn đến tất cả những khán giả đã có mặt ngày hôm nay và những khán giả đã theo dõi TV và luôn luôn theo dõi và ủng hộ đội tuyển Việt Nam. Tôi thật sự rất vui sướng khi toàn đội đã giành được chiến thắng này.
Quyết có nghĩ rằng ngày hôm nay là một trận đấu mà chúng ta lẽ ra có được tỷ số đậm hơn rất nhiều so với tỷ số 2-1 hay không?
Điều đấy thì thật sự là ai cũng mong muốn thôi, nhưng với chúng tôi được thi đấu trên một sân vận động với sức chứa 8.000 khán giả này, được cống hiến như này, chúng tôi đã sân khách và đã giành được chiến thắng này thì quả thật là một điều là rất là nỗ lực của toàn đội. Hôm nay tôi rất vui và anh em toàn đội cũng rất vui, thật sự là không giấu nổi niềm cảm xúc gì hơn, thật sự là muốn nổ tung.
Vâng, có rất nhiều khoảng 5 đến 6 nghìn, thậm chí là có khi hơn như thế nữa những cổ động viên trực tiếp cổ vũ trên khán đài. Qua sóng truyền hình, Quyết muốn gửi gắm gì tới khán giả có mặt ở đây và ở Việt Nam?
Không còn biết nói lời gì hơn. Thật sự là ngày hôm nay toàn đội đã cố gắng và đã giành được chiến thắng này. Chiến thắng này tôi muốn chia vui cùng toàn thể khán giả có mặt ngày hôm nay tại sân vận động ngày hôm nay và những khán giả đã theo dõi qua TV màn ảnh nhỏ ở Việt Nam. Thật sự là rất là vui và vui mừng hơn nữa khi toàn đội đã nỗ lực và đã mang lại niềm vui đấy, mang về cho khán giả Việt Nam. Thật sự tôi rất cảm ơn mọi người.
Cảm ơn những chia sẻ của Quyết và xin chúc cho Quyết và các đồng đội sẽ có trận lượt về còn có được những cái tỷ số đẹp hơn nữa và chinh phục ngôi vô địch của AFF Cup năm nay. Vâng, cảm ơn Quyết. Vâng, thưa quý vị khán giả, và ngay sau đây xin mời quý vị và các bạn chúng ta cùng trở lại trường quay ở Đài truyền Việt Nam cùng với các đồng nghiệp của chúng tôi và các vị khách mời với phần bình luận sau trận đấu.